Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to Reverence Meditation Knowledge Talks. We have a beautiful topic which is importance of temples. Now why it is very important? See, when we were a child, our parents, they used to take us to the temples. We'll go with them, we'll take nice prasad and we'll enjoy, we'll meet some friends, family members. So that is how we started going to temples. Then slowly, we started growing, and with that, age, our mind, our intellect, that is also grown. And now that mind and that intellect has curiosity, it has questions, it has doubts. So it doesn't take anything granted and it is not believing anything blindly. So it asks question, what is the importance of going to temple, what is God, and then if we don't get the questions answered, which will satisfy our intellect, which will satisfy our mind, so we do two things. Either okay, we have a blind faith, there is some divine supreme power and we should believe in it, so we believe, we don't question. And then the second one is, if the questions are not answered, we think these are concepts, and we also arrive at a situation where we reject the ideas, and that is what happens. So understanding the importance is a very crucial part. See, our wise ancestors, they already have designed these techniques in a very simplistic way, so that you don't have to learn a lot of things. You just follow those things and you will get benefited, you will get healed. Now why I say the ancestors were wise, and these ancient sages and rishis, why they designed these techniques? Because for anything to survive for thousands of years, and if it has to reach masses, we will have to be simplistic, and we will have to be very specific, and we should have techniques. So this is also relevant when we talk about the temple and its importance. Number one, the importance of temples is these are energy centers. So the ancient temples, the old temples, I'm talking about these one, not about the new ones, but the hundreds of years of old temples. These are energy center. The ancient rishis found out the specific locations, the places, and they know there is an energy, abundance amount of energy, and they build a temple there. And if we just go and sit there quietly for 15 to 20 minutes, you will absorb the energy like a sponge. But here there is a very important point. Nowadays when we go to the temples, there is so much of rush, lot of people, we cannot even stand in front of the idol for more than 2 minutes. And when there is lot of rush, you cannot find even a place to sit quietly, eyes closed for 15-20 minutes. So whenever we go to temple, we have to make sure that we sit there 15 minutes, 20 minutes, eyes closed, we sit there, and then that energy will start showering upon you. So there is a question, like, okay, energy is everywhere, but why temples? So there is an example, the air is everywhere, but why we sit under the fan? What it is doing? It is conditioning, it is bringing more air, right, by using fan. In the same way, these energy centers, these temples, they have been conditioned with abundant energy. So that's the first thing that people don't know about this. What is the science behind it? Energy center, go there and absorb it. That's number one. Now number two, again, the wise old people, they know the nature of your cunning mind. Our mind is always outside. We have five senses. We all know we have sight, we have hearing, smell and touch and taste. So the mind is always outside with these five senses, and it wants to have pleasure, pleasure and pleasure. It never withdraws and it never sits in its own place. But if you go to the temples, what they have done is they have designed all these things in such a way that your senses will be withdrawn and they will sit quietly, and as the senses are withdrawn, the mind is quiet, the mind is calm, and mind is at the present moment. Now it is called as a pratyahara technique, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So how the senses are withdrawn? Now look at this. When we sit in front of idol, the idol is so beautiful. Look at the Krishna idol, it has very beautiful ornaments, all precious stones, even the face is glowing, so beautiful, all these beautiful flowers and their fragrance, there are incense sticks, there are nice fruits and tasty delicious prasad, then there is a music, there are people who are playing different instruments. So if you look at all these things, everything is designed to cool down, calm down your senses. When your sight is on idol, you are just there. When you are listening to the music, you are present there. We have a nice fragrance coming from incense sticks and flowers. Your smell sense is there. Is the present moment. So the mind is quiet, you are calm. What else do you need? Then you can sit down there, you can let go, and all the chattering and all the desires, I want this, I want that, all that is stopped, and you go into the meditative stage. So this is the setup designed for taking you to your inner core, your inner self, and you just let go and sit there. So this is the second importance, that you withdraw your senses and be established in your own self. There are other things which come to my mind is seva. See, as a human being, we should always donate and help each other. So temple is a place where people from all walks of life, they come there, and we have that seva bhav, we have that seva bhav where we sit together, we eat together the prasad, and we mingle with each other, and we let go, we forget our tensions. People think that these things are for retired people. When we are senior citizens, we'll do it, but that's incorrect, guys. It is designed for everyone. You are a kid, you are a youngster, you are in midlife, you are old. It is for everyone, because as a human being, we don't grow as just a we don't grow alone. We grow as a village, we grow as a society, and temples is a place where society comes together, they donate and they do seva, they do service. This is the third thing. So one more important point is, this is the place to surrender. Now to whom we are surrendering? We are surrendering to the higher power. We are surrendering to the supreme consciousness. We are surrendering to the bigger mind. So we have a little mind which always wants something. We have a little intellect which brings always the ego that I know it all, I know everything. And this is very simple. When our mind and our intellect is not in its own capacities to help yourself, when you are actually royally screwed up, when you are miserable, right, what do? You surrender. So there has to be a place where you go and surrender. Everyone comes to a stage at one point in time where we have to practice surrender. That this little mind and this little body is not just the only thing. There is a bigger power in which you are believing. It's not like it has to be a god. We are not talking about any religion, but it is something which is beyond your logic, reason, mind and intellect, where you go and surrender and you let go and you become light. And then once you do that, again you regain your energy, regain your power. That is what the surrender means. So my objective for this session is, let us not accept or let us not reject any idea, any ancient tradition and ritual, because we think we have become so smart and we have become so intellectual. We are now artificial intelligence and machine learning guys. So we just are entitled, to reject all the ideas which doesn't fit into your intellect. It's not like that. These things are more greater to understand and comprehend. So when we know why they have designed the beautiful things like temples, it will beneficial to us. And once you know, you can also let your friends know, kids know, and we can carry on the beautiful tradition for the next generations. So this was my point of view on this topic. Let me know if it makes sense to you. Thank you for listening to me and stay tuned. Thank you very much.